You don't need a fucking dollar, dude. Thinking that you need money, thinking that you need investors is fucking weakness. Monetize your passions. Bullshit. What you need is some goddamn dropped out of high school in the fucking 10th grade, and I've made hundreds of millions of dollars.
My stepper gon' brush him if I press the button, too drippy to scuff. The blick in the duffel, it came with a muzzle, so why would I touch it? Diamonds
If I'm early 20s starting with nothing, I'm getting myself on some sort of fucking service-based business that I can go out and sell with $0. An example of that is pressure washing. This is something I used to do. I would go door to door, knock, and go, hey, I saw your windows and your house is dirty. I can pressure wash this for you. I could do it for, $500. I'd sell the whole thing, sign a contract with them, take a $250 deposit, 50% of it, and then I would go to the rental company and I would rent the pressure washer. I'd throw that thing in the back of the car, bring it to the house, get the work done, then I go and drop it off. The other thing that I'm doing is I'm buying and selling shit on Facebook Marketplace. I'm a little old, so I was doing this 20 years ago, but I used to do that shit and run it up on Craigslist. I'd be out there, four-wheelers, dirt bikes, cars, motorcycles. This is what you have to do. This is the secret to buying and selling on Facebook Marketplace or used items, right? You want to go and make such aggressively low offers that 9 out of 10 people call you, get the fuck out of here, fuck you. You got to offend people. Because
you never start a negotiation until you get a no.
What you're looking for is to discover the pain in the market. One of these guys is sitting on this four-wheeler but needs to pay his rent. He's behind on his child support. And he's like, oh man. And you're like, hey bro, I got cash right here, right now. And he's like, fuck. He doesn't have the time to get maximum value for it. So because you're in a better strategic position financially than this guy is, you're able to take advantage of that, relieve him of his asset, get him the cash that he needs today, spit shine that motherfucker up, list it, and sell it for more.
One thing that I know Eric used to do, I know you used to do this, and the same thing happens with the rental. You take that dude's same photos right when he sells that shit to you, and you put that shit back on the internet at just below what he had it at. Because the truth of the matter is, you could have that bitch sold by the time you pick it up, and you could cut the cost out of picking the bitch up. It just transact. Same thing on renting the pressure washer. Let's say he sells that contract. There's two things that you gotta notice that he said in this that he didn't actually just come out and say. He didn't go create cost until he had money. So he goes through that neighborhood, knocking doors, knock, 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 knock. Can I do yours? Can I do yours? Can I do yours? Okay, and so the next thing you know, he's got 3 or 4 contracts. Then he goes and rents that bitch for a whole day and knocks out all those things on one day, 3, 4, 5 houses, and he never spent money until he had the contract in hand. A lot of people think they gotta go raise fucking money. They need their rich on. Let me tell you something about people that raise money. They end up spending it on stupid shit.
Yeah.
That's why you see ping pong tables in offices.
Let me tell you something, Justin and I are the same age, and we're old enough that we lived through the economic crisis of 2008.
Yeah.
The fucking market melted. Young bucks, you don't know nothing about this. You had people with master's degrees, fresh out of Ivy League fucking school, and you would go into Chili's or Applebee's, and they would be waiting tables in interviewing, trying to get a job for 6 months, for 9 months. It was fucking carnage.
That was literally
you couldn't get
life.
you couldn't get a loan from a bank. And if you tried to raise money or fucking find an investor, people would fucking laugh you off fucking stage. And the benefit of coming up at that time, you had to learn how to hustle. Desperation is the father of innovation. We couldn't go out there and like, oh, I need to raise money.
Right.
That whole concept of thinking that you need money, thinking that you need investors, thinking that there is anything that you need that you don't already have is fucking weakness.
Yeah,
it's fucking lazy. It's exactly. How do we say that at the same time? It's motherfucking lazy. You get up there, what you need is some goddamn hustle and some work ethic and some creativity. There are so many different hustles that I and he can fucking teach you that you can start with $0 today. You go out there, you get told to fuck yourself so many times, but you're so certain that you understand the value of the four-wheeler, the dirt bike, the car, the motorcycle, whatever it is, that you're at this price point, you know it's worth this, you sell it for this, but then you tie it up in a purchase and sales agreement and tell them, okay, I gotta go to the bank. Hey, listen, you know, I got a little slowdown in the bank shit. And then you fucking turn around and relist it and you make a little bit more money, but you're still selling it for below what the value is for a quick turn and a quick sale. You don't need a fucking dollar to do that. Going out, knocking doors, getting smart, access to information on how to fucking learn how to roof. I'm not telling you to do the roofing. I'm telling you need to know enough to have a conversation about roofing and sell a roof. And then go out and talk to the subcontractors and sell the contract. Hey, listen, I got this roof. I got it at this much a square. It's a $15,000 job. I'll sell you the job for $13,000. Bang, you're making you 2 right off the top. You do it for 13, I sold it for 15. I make 2 grand, 2 G's just off flipping the paper. You guys don't know about that flipping the paper game. You got flip paper on a lot of shit. Here's the other thing you can do. Real estate, wholesaling. Going out, signing up real estate deals. Single family home, commercial real estate, or you can do it in real estate developing. You go out and get a property that has special permitting or zoning rights that the owner has no fucking clue about. After you've done the research, get that thing tied up with a purchase and sales agreement. I've made millions of dollars like this selling real estate that I never fucking owned. So if you're not winning in 2026, it is your fucking fault, guys. If you think that the path to fucking making money and success is, well, let me just go to my job and be a good doobie, start times at 9. I'm gonna be here at 8:45 every day. They're gonna take notice and I'm gonna get to my annual review and hopefully I get that 4% raise this year.
Might get a watch one day.
What you need to understand is that if you're in your heart a 9-to-5er, if you don't want the stress, if you don't have the ambition, you're cool with a Thursday night kickball league and drinking fucking micro brews with your boys watching a football game on Sunday, God bless you. I'm just saying that we aren't the same. And there's a lot of people that are gonna see this fucking video that also aren't the same. And they're stuck in this prison knowing they want more. They wake up every day going, fuck, I hate this shit. I want more for myself. That's the person that we're speaking to. And that person has absolutely everything they need at their fingertips, yet they probably don't fucking know it.
This is why you're actually lucky. I graduated in 2009.
Graduated what?
Construction management.
College?
From college.
You went to a fancy college?
I did, on a football
He went to college.
And you know what it got me? Digging fucking ditches for a company named Austin Bridge and Road in 2009. And you know what? That is the best thing that ever happened to me. And I think about this when I think about people coming out of college right now. All your jobs are about to get wrecked by AI. Everything that you've ever been told about going to college and the job that you're gonna get after it is bullshit, much like it was for me. But here's the good news. We are at the top, and we are gonna have a correction at some point soon. It's bad, it's gonna get worse. But guess what? You get to ride that wave all the way up because you know it would suck to graduate into a great economy and then end up in a situation where you're in a great economy, but you don't know shit about how to make money. So if you just start learning now, hustling now, you can ride that wave straight up, which is the way I did because I finished college, we was at the bottom. And so I got to ride that thing straight up to the top. I wouldn't trade that for anything. So good, your life sucks? Yeah. Fucking good. That is good news.
Here's how you absolutely know that everything they taught you about college and corporate career and all this stuff is a fucking scam. I dropped out of high school in the fucking 10th grade, 15 years old. I still don't have a GED. I have not been in a classroom since I was 15 years old, and I've made hundreds of millions of dollars. The teachers said, you're gonna be a loser for the rest of your life. You're not going to college. You dropped out of high school. You're not gonna make it. Well, that's not exactly what happened now, is it?
You got a decision to make. You can either go the internet route and the AI route, and we all know who to go to for that, our boys, or you can go real world, in real life, businesses that are boring but cash flow like a motherfucker. All the world's talent right now is taking it to the internet. If you are ambitious and a young man and you want to make a bunch of money, wouldn't it make a lot of sense to go towards the other side of the divide and compete against fucking old boomers that don't know shit about the internet, that are tired, that want to get out, that everybody your age doesn't want to get their hands dirty at all and just take that fucking money. It's almost free. I argue that you have a better shot doing a business that does not involve AI, like a plumbing business, than you would actually doing an internet business because of the competition, because of AI. I think you'll own it for yourself. You can own a whole industry in your town, and your biggest competition is an old man who wants to get out, but his son doesn't want it. Think about your odds then.
And let me call out another lie that most of you are told, which is this: monetize your passions. Listen, bullshit. Make money, build a business, put in the 10 years to make a cash flowing company that's making millions of dollars, and live the rest of your life doing whatever the fuck you want to do. That's what you need to be passionate about. You know what I'm passionate about? Here's my passions. When my father got ill, I was able to get him the best doctors for my dad. When he needed to get retired, I was able to retire him. I was passionate when I pulled up to his house with a brand new pickup truck, had the keys to that truck, beeped the horn, he came out confused, like, fuck are you doing here? What's this new truck? And I just threw him the keys. One of the coolest fucking days of my life. I was passionate about that. If you're passionate about your hobby, finding a way to monetize that, if you can, wonderful. But it may not be the path forward on how to live the life that you want to live. You want to be financially free, geographical freedom, be able to move around the world, connect and network with brothers, other successful people that are on the same fucking mission, and take care of your family, really.
That's the only thing that matters. It doesn't have to be cute. It can be right down to, you can do it with just blocking and tackling with a little bit of grit. And I argue that going that route is actually easier at this point, because nobody wants to touch it. I don't think people truly misunderstand this too. The difference between 0 to 1 million is actually a bigger life change than 0 to 100 maybe. You go from having to worry about swiping your card and worry about like, can I afford this dinner? Can I take a girl on a date? To like not worrying about that shit at all anymore. The biggest freedom I think is from 0 to 1 million.
That first $1 million a year that you make, $20,000 a week coming in, means that you're eating where you want to eat, you're living where you want to live, you're driving where you want to drive, you're not worried about bills, you're taking care of your people. It doesn't mean that you own a jet, you don't own a boat yet. It's probably premature to spend money on super high luxury goods, but your fucking lifestyle is amazing.
You're genuinely free.
You are free.
I'll never forget the first time I had $1 million in a bank account. I looked at it on my phone. Of course, I screenshotted it. I called my dad and I told him, and then I went right back to work.
It's funny, the first time I made $1 million, I called my dad too. I just wanted to call my dad. I'm sure your dad was unbelievably proud of you, and my dad was unbelievably proud of me. Same thing, I went right. I didn't take a day off. Why is starting a business the right answer for most people who are ambitious? Because it takes the governor off. You're not trapped in this corporate structure. You have to bet on yourself. You have to bet on yourself, and you get to bet on yourself. The sky is the limit. I started, guys, with nothing. Justin, he started with nothing. And I was able to build a business. The one that I sold made $1 million a month, not a year, $1 million a month. I sold that business for an enterprise valuation of $115 million. And I did that without a college education, starting with no money, no resources. And I started the business in the middle of the Great Recession in 2008. The sweet spot is building a business, starting as a solopreneur, getting in and trading your time for money, but betting on yourself. Eventually, hiring your first employee, your second employee, your third employee, delegating the tasks that you're not good at or other people could do better or you don't like to do, scaling it, growing it, and eventually building the business that it is making money and you're able to work on the business, not in the business. So now you've accomplished two things. Financial freedom. Your expenses are covered by the money coming in, and freedom of time. In the beginning, you're not going to have freedom of time. The first focus is make the money. After you make the money, you implement systems and processes and leaders into the company.
Start firing yourself from those roles.
And all of a sudden, now you own a cash flowing asset called your company, and you get to come down here and live in sunny Miami, Florida with Justin and I while your businesses are making money because you sacrificed, you dedicated, you took the risk, you took the arrows in your back, you let the people from your hometown laugh at you. You fucking took the hate, you took the criticism, you made that decision and said, fuck this, not me, I'm going all in, I'm not living this boring, mundane, mediocre life.
And you know what they're gonna tell you when that happens? It must be nice. And you know what you ought to say back?
It is.
You motherfucking right.
You motherfucking right.
Why do you care? You're out here putting yourselves out there to teach these people for free. We're on YouTube right now.
I could jump that answer real quick. Making money, getting assets, buying cool shit, It's fun
For a little while.
for a little while. And the shine wears off it. You're gonna get that Lambo, your first Lambo. You're gonna get your first dope place to live. You're gonna get your watches. You're gonna get all this stuff, right? And it's gonna be exciting, and then the shine wears off. Nothing, absolutely nothing will ever bring as much value to a man's life than being useful and helpful to other men. It is the coolest accomplishments in my life when I get messages or I see people in the street and they tell me that they changed their life because of me. I inspired them. They started the business. That stuff is just so much more meaningful and moving than just staying focused on me and making more money. Making money like that's gay.
Right. The only way I know how to answer the question is actually what I say to people when they do stop me. I tell them two things. First thing I tell them I love them. And the reason I love them is because of the second thing I tell them, which is there is no difference between you and I. That young man that's out there right now pushing to build his business and he's struggling, he's worried about how he's gonna make payroll. That is me. We're just at different places in our journey, which is the second thing I tell them. So if I can help somebody that I do not know, but is living the same life that I lived, just at a different time in history, then how am I not inspired to help that young man? He is me. There is no difference, really. The more of those guys I can help, the better. Not just because it feels good for my heart. It's also a very good idea for me to be helping these young, ambitious men. Because guess what? Who is my son gonna need one day on a deal when I'm gone? Probably that young man that's now a grown man that I helped. So it's not even fully charitable. No man ever achieved anything alone. It's always in a tribe, it's always in a group, and that group generally has a creed. And so if your creed is to hustle and create a life that you want, a life that you love, to take care of the people that you love, whether you know them or not, you're being rewarded. And so it's an easy decision for us to make, I believe. Yeah.